Hi there. So this is just a quick video to cover my working morning. This is how I start most days. I'll just move this out of the way quickly. This is where I publish all of our news, Motorbuzz. It's an RSS aggregator and all of these news stories are imported. So this is a great source for me for information. Whenever I see a good one, I'll just pop a link in there. Here's an example of one that we're going to do in a minute. This is squirrels hiding acorns in car engines. So the way this works is I have what we call a feeds fetcher. It uses RSS to be alerted for the article, and then this particular software goes and scrapes it. But if you're not into that, you don't need that. You can use AI to, I think we cover all of this in the book, but just use AI to create article ideas, and then that'll give you your list. I mean, this is just how I curate mine. Everything I show here is my system, so just use it as your bedrock and expand from that. But I just want to show you how quickly I do this and how he works. So we have the aggregation, but I also, when we spread the news around, we create our own articles. This is what we did yesterday. So I always have a quick look at this. So this is our Reddit. And I just like to see how things are performing. These are posts. Those are pinned ones, but these are posts that I did yesterday. So the Alpha and Romeo, this gives you a good feel for what's going on in the world and how your articles are performing. Although I don't really put too much emphasis on these figures. I mean, I can repost that and get 20,000 views. I can repost the same article and get 10. So we just keep this momentum every single day. I have 5 to 10 articles a day. This was quite a good one. See, I thought this one would do well. It's about a tortoise that's been protected in the Mojave Desert. I thought that would be a really big one, but you know, this is how it works. 1,400 views. Then this is a New Zealand one, 15,000. Now these are articles, and then I mix it up. We'll just do the odd picture. These are celebrity cars. This is a celebrity. This is just a picture of George Michael. I got 23,000. Quite often we can use reels that I go to in the book. This one did quite well, 27,000. And then these EV and new car sales stats normally do really well. But by the looks of this one didn't do too well yesterday, 13,000. Well, this is an electric one, so this one, you know, just in contrast, did 90,000. Here's a good one. This was Elon Musk and the satellites that he's putting up. I mean, it was quite a clickbaity title, but I think I don't generally go for rage baiting or clickbaiting, but that worked quite well in that scenario. That got 357,000. And if you look, that's in the last 24 hours. This is the Monday, 119, and it goes on like that. So what we do is for me, I mean, you can do this in your blog. So this would be your blog. This is how my blog works. We're going to create a quick post. I've already got Claude to write this out. Now, there's a whole section on AI, and there's a whole section on how we train AI to write a proper article. I've started using Claude now as opposed to Perplexity. Perplexity it just went off the boil, but I cover that. But we've prompted Claude to give us a title, short description. There's a lot more to this. I mean, if we look over here, you know, I make sure the research is there. I make sure it's on point. I make sure it's on tone. We get our little snippet in there, but then we have our sources. So I'll copy and paste that, pop that into my article. So this is one article. This could be, you know, the value in this single article could be 500,000 views. I have my categories. This is just the way my blog works. News, Motorbuzz. The beauty of my blog is that I have everything that's posted then is posted to an RSS feed, so then I can syndicate that out to other platforms. Now, images are something we talk about in the book. For this particular one, I've just got Midjourney. I use Midjourney. I found that the best to make us a nice little AI image. I put this in the book, you could use, this is the original article, you could use this photo if you feel that you want to. It's up to you. I've never ever had a problem, but I won't, for this article we're going to go with the squirrel, so I'll create that article. Now it's time to go to our social medias, and as you can see, I have it all planned out here, so we're going to go and create one for our Reddit. It's this simple. Pop that in there. Pop that there. Pop the image in there. Post. And that's how fast we can do a Reddit post, and that 10, 15, let's say 30 seconds to create that article. By tomorrow, that could have 50,000 views. We'll come back in a minute and just see where it's going. The next one I have is my Substack. I'm not going to go into how you set these up. That's a whole different ball game. So we're going to go and pop that in there and copy. Pop that in there. I'm pretty good at copy and paste, subtitle, and then we'll drop a little image. This is how we handle Substack. Continue. This isn't a paid one, so everybody can comment. We're not sending it as an email. We're just going to put this as a blog post, and this is a Substack anomaly. This is the way Substack works. Once it's posted, we'll share something, because the thing with Substack is you want the discovery. Just posting a blog to your blog is not the best at discovery, so we're going to share this in our notes. Check out SQUIR. Yes. How do I spell that? Squirrels. 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 So that's now gone to the feed, which is the Substack feed. But I think I mentioned this in the book. What Substack is really good at creating these little graphics. So I'm gonna download that one. You'll see where that one ends up in a little while. We're going to go to LinkedIn. This was a video that I posted yesterday, and there you can see how these pop up. But what we're going to do with LinkedIn is we're first going to write an article. So we want long form content in LinkedIn. No, where did that go? Squirrels are stuffing car engines, little tinkers. And so next, we'll publish that. Copy that link, because we're going to link in LinkedIn to this long form article with a short form article. So we're going to share that, and then I have my little text window open here. Post that. Now we're going to start. We've gone from our long form content platforms. We're now going to move to our short form content platforms. This link is important because it's an internal link for LinkedIn. And let's just go back to my buzz. So we're now going to quickly create a short form post. You have to experiment with everything, long form, short form. The whole idea that I promote is long form content, but we're driving traffic to our long form content with short form content. So there's that one, quick one on Facebook. So let's just go back. We don't want the LinkedIn link. We want, now each one, this is why we do this manually, because each one of these platforms has a different posting format. Sometimes on Facebook I do long form, sometimes I do short form, but we're just going to pop that in there. Here's that Substack that we found. We're going to take the article link. We're not going to put it in that post because Zuckerberg won't let us post out from a post. It wants us to stay on platform. So we'll just, I mean, Facebook is okay, but we'll just pop that in there in the comments, and that's kind of the accepted format for that. Flipboard is something I've just started using, so I'll cover that in detail in another book. Let's have a quick look here. I want an image in there. Grab the image. Where are we? Squirrels composed 03. There's a squirrel. Open that. So we'll add that to Substack. I'm not 100% sure how this works, and we've got a Flipboard. I've just changed to Flipboard from Patreon. Patreon was just hard work. Same with, this is our Threads. Some of the stuff on Threads does really well. Videos, these kind of things. You got 39 likes. Threads, I've posted videos and had over 1 million views for a single reel. And so you just have to, don't mind the link. Threads don't mind you linking out. X is not the best, but we've got to be on everything. That's the whole point. Every little helps. Oh God, I hate Twitter. X. And that's it. That was it. So we posted our main content on our Motorbuzz blog, which will be your blog. Then we moved to Reddit. Let's see whether we've got any views on the Reddit one we posted. So, I mean, interesting. People aren't particularly liking that 33% upvote rate, which is weird, but there you go. But already 287 views. And what was that? 5 minutes ago. We've got our Substack. We've got our LinkedIn. So here's our LinkedIn. Quora is also in there. These are the last 7 days, 80,000 views. You know, they do like this kind of stuff, but there's a whole section in the book dedicated to Quora. It's a really difficult platform to get right. Their plagiarism, their content monitoring is just an absolute pain in the backside. But, you know, it's worth doing. Facebook, not brilliant. Flipboard will tell you about. And that's it. I mean, it's as simple as that. And then repeat. Don't get bogged down. Don't get upset when you look at these stats. Just don't get fixated. Just keep going and keep going and keep going. And like I say, it's each individual piece of content that matters. It doesn't matter whether you've got followers. I'll just show you something here. I think we mentioned this in the book. But I want to show you this Supercar Blondie. I love this as an example of how Zuckerberg has destroyed it. She's got 63 million followers. Imagine what it's taken to get that. Imagine the investment. 63 million followers. She does post quite engaging content. 63 million followers, and this is always a good metric. 66 comments, 318 comments. You know, so the views are minuscule. I mean, a fraction of a percent. And compare that to what I've just posted on Reddit. which is a lot of short form content. That did